On a flight carrying 100 death row inmates, one particular prisoner became everyone's worst nightmare. No one knew that this man named Havelock had already hidden an escape tool inside his tooth. In one swift motion, he tilted his head and cracked his tooth open by sheer force, using the thin wire concealed inside to easily pick his shackles. Then came the waiting. An explosion tore a massive hole in the plane. The violent blast instantly sucked several unlucky souls out into the void. The quicker inmates had already started grabbing for the guard's keys, but one unlucky prisoner ended up handing his stolen key right to Havelock. The plane plummeted in a sickening freefall before slamming into a frozen small town on the edge of nowhere. Survivors scattered across the snowy landscape, fleeing in every direction. When Sheriff Frank received a report about smoke rising from the woods north of town, he assumed it was just a routine fire. Years of quiet small-town life had dulled his instincts for danger. He grabbed two of his deputies, hopped in a helicopter, and headed out. The moment they touched down, the scene shattered every assumption he'd made. The bodies on the ground hadn't died from the crash. Seeing the shackles scattered everywhere, Frank immediately figured out who these passengers were. Fortunately, he found a surviving prison guard, but this survivor looked way too much like bait.
Ambush.
The word barely left his lips before a wave of inmates rushed out from the trees and the wreckage. Deputy Jack took a sharpened branch straight through the gut. Frank managed to drop several attackers with his sidearm, and in that brief moment of shock, he dragged Jack away from the chaos. But in this frozen wasteland, the inmates had nowhere to run. If they wanted to survive, they had to fight. Frank kept firing at the charging prisoners. Every shot was a kill, but he was running out of bullets fast. In the split second it took him to reload, an inmate tackled him to the ground, hands locked around his throat. As his vision blurred and consciousness started slipping away, a prison guard appeared out of nowhere, snatched the gun off the ground, and put one clean shot through the inmate, choking Frank.
Get on the chopper! Come on! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
What Frank didn't know was that this life-saving moment was just the beginning of falling into Havelock's trap.